Well, hello there and welcome to part 4 of Resident Evil. We're going to do some box pushing now. Get ourselves a little bit of a pathway sorted out, because we, clearly can't swim across this small gap. That would just be inconvenient. We've got to, after all, keep our STARS uniform dry and, looking good. Can't get any blood on it or any water. It's a bit of an arduous process, but it is one of those things that you have to do to progress through the game. But I believe if everything's done correctly, you're only going to have to go across this bridge once, because you come out of that door when you've completed the cycle. Up against the wall. It's a long way home. Down they go, conveniently fit, and stop bouncing, and they're solid as a rock now. Across we go. We're going to pick up this herb. Not crucial at this stage, but hell, I do it anyway. Now this bit is really important. You have to start running. As soon as this cutscene goes, you just keep running in the same direction. Don't go massively wild with your analog stick. Just keep moving. If you keep moving, these sharks are not going to get you. Give it a good try though. Good old college try. Again, just keep going. The music will get a little bit more intense. You may even start to panic, but the best thing to do is just to keep moving. And this is why I say take the control key with you, because if you get to this door and realize, oh, I don't have the control key, I have to go back and get it, you've got to go back through those sharks, and they're not particularly impressed with you. In fact, you are on the menu, which always struck me as odd, because you'd be on the menu anyway. Make note of the valve number, because that's important as well. It will save you a lot of trouble later on. Don't necessarily need the map, but again, if it's your first playthrough, you might as well have it. Our goal is to close the blast doors. Close the blast doors. So we're gonna drain the water. Neptune doesn't like that. That's the name of the shark.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure.
But it's there's an order. You've got to do everything, and it's not a if you get it wrong you fail, but it is a if you don't get it done in time, you die. So release the safety, pull the control lever. It doesn't work, stops working because the oil pressure has been lost, so we have to restore the oil pressure. And that's where you noted the valve number. So you want to do 1 in this occasion. It is random, it does randomize. Release the safety. And then pull the lever. And that should complete the cycle. Then you drain the water. But on the harder difficulties, there's less time to do it, so you've got to be precise. On easy, it's well, as the name suggests, it's relatively easy. It's just the harder difficulties, you've got to keep that particular process in mind, which thankfully, on this occasion, I did. I'm going to open the first aid box. I believe there's 2 green herbs in there. Yeah, 2 green herbs. Score 2 from memory. I'm going to combine them with the herb that I've already got. I'm going to make our way out into the tank. Change my mind about the direction. Again, just trying to remember where everything is. Realise I don't want to go through it this way just yet, because I've got some things I want to collect, like those grenade shells. I believe there's also some Magnum ammo around here, which obviously I do want to keep. The Magnum is a very effective weapon against the final enemy, so I want to collect those while I can. And again, on easy it doesn't really matter too much. You know, the game's fairly simple if you remember what you're doing, or if you know what you're doing. If you're going through it for the first time, it might be somewhat challenging. This one's really easy. You're going to push that control box into the water and then switch it on. If you switch it on, then try and push the control box, you get electrocuted. You don't die, but you know, you do get a good zap. Instead, you want to zap this guy and turn him into a giant tin of tuna. Deep Sixth, nice little trophy there. I believe that's a story trophy. You can't not get it, so pick up the key that's in the water that's flashing that Neptune knocked off, and it's a residence key. And you can just leave this chamber. I don't believe that there's anything else in there. Through these doors. Wrong way, wrong way. There we go. Through this gate. I had to use the herb there because I thought I'd rather lose a herb than not take the Magnum ammo. Because that Magnum ammo, it really will come in handy later on. So if you look to the right, you'll see the crates there that you pushed earlier. And obviously the water's been drained. So this is your quick get out. And we're going to leave this area, go back up the ladder, but remember, of course, there's going to be a crimson head there. So the shotgun is the quickest way to deal with them. At the top, I'll wait to hear footsteps. I don't, so I have to go over him, and then he's woken up. And he's not down yet. But he is down now. So we've got the residence key. We are going to go back down that ladder because we will need that to sort out Plant 42. However, you can avoid sorting out Plant 42 and just go for gold. It just takes a bit of ammo. I find it's if you're not on a speed run, it's better just to deal with Plant 42. It makes everything a little bit easier. Of course, I got confused again, and ended up dealing with Plant 42, having, preparing myself for battle and realizing, oh, you don't actually need to do battle. Here's where I made the other mistake again. I didn't just select the bug spray and pipe it through, which is what you're supposed to do. I checked the hole, which is not a good thing. Don't ever check the hole. It'll end up costing you in more ways than one. I'm going to take care of these bees because they're a general annoyance. You can shoot them if you get the auto lock on correctly. They will nip away at your health. That one on the wall, bang, there he goes. Again, mounting the crates but avoiding the hole. Back to the save room. Putting away the Magnum bullets. I'll put them in my pocket for later. And the grenade shells. Not needed. I don't actually have the grenade launcher yet. Putting the bullets away as well because I want to, if I'm going to do the V-Jolt, which is the poison for the Plant 42, I'm going to need space in my inventory, and this is where a bit of guesswork comes into play. I'm just cycling through, trying to dig out that memory of what I'm supposed to do. Stop and think. Try again. I know it's a combination of 6, 5 and 3. I just don't know what combination it is, so I'm just trying a couple of different ones. I'm thinking at this point, if I can't actually get it and it's taking too long, I might as well just go and do the damn puzzle. But I get lucky. Into the V-Jolt room. Now you need to take the containers, all the empty containers, and you will automatically drop these containers when you use the V-Jolt. I'm going to take some yellow 6. I'm going to take some red 3 and some water. We're going to combine those items together. Combine the water with number 3. Combine the yellow to make the orange. And take some more water. Mix that to make the green. So you got umbrella number 10 and number 7. Combine those to make the VP017. Take some number 3. Combine the 3 with there to make the V-Jolt. So I'm leaving the room. Gonna leave the room. Go and use the V-Jolt. Go through this door because we can't go over our makeshift bridge. I wasn't looking at Jill's backside, I promise. Okay, I lied. I was. Try and remember where it is at this point. Checking the map. But it's actually through that little door. Back up the ladder to the top where we first met the sharks. Up the long ladder. Leave the sharks, they're just flailing. Obviously they're not happy that they're not in water anymore. This plant won't hurt you. Just use the V-Jolt and all the vines should disappear. And just die. Throw it away. And you'll have gotten rid of all the jars as well. Won't want to use anything electronic in that room, to be perfectly honest with you. It's all been flooded. So I decided to take the long way around, just in case there's any items or anything up here on the ring, but there isn't, so I'll make my way back. Not that way, obviously this way, because there's no water to keep the containers afloat. Back down the ladder. Not staring, Jill. Promise. Back out the maze. And up the long ladder once again. Crikey. At this point I'm going back to get the book that's required to move the bookcase to one side to reveal the door to Plant 42. And do some battle preparations, completely unnecessary of course, because, well, you'll see why. Getting over these boxes is time consuming, but hey, that's the game. I'm actually going to pick that clip up that I'd seemingly forgotten about earlier. Red herb, but I decide, nah, we'll just leave that. Thinking, where's the key? Oh right. That's right, it's just down here on the end where the bees were. And there's another red herb. A lot of red herbs in this game. Really don't have to go far. Ink ribbon there, but I'm not going to pick that up because there's no point. Pull out the plug in the bath. I think that reveals a dagger, if memory serves. Yep, a dagger. I thought I saw something on the shelf, but turns out it was only my reflection. I have yet to become a shadow of my former self. And take this white book out, and then we're going to assemble the naked lady, which sounds a lot more Frankensteinish than it actually is. You just need to reorder the books so the woman is laying on the rock. It's actually quite easy, really. So you get this end one with the foot, and you put it on the left hand side because that's the way the picture is going, and then all you do then is you sequentially move the books from the left and then get the corresponding right one and swap them over, and then you've assembled the picture. And it moves the dresser, the wardrobe unit across. Having a quick double check of my items. Make sure I'm fully loaded to take on the complete non-event of Plant 42. So this is a bit of another fake out like Yawn does. Plant 42 is not dead at this point, but you really don't have to do anything. Jill gets sort of captured and she's flailing around. Barry's come in like a badass with a flamethrower.
Barry!
Jill!
And gets through to himself. Pretty useless. But he's about to give this plant a piece of his mind. Look at him go. That is one extremely hot vindaloo. Now, if you don't use V-Jolt, you have to deal with the plant on your own, and that just requires a little bit of ammo sacrifice and time sacrifice.
I thought it was finished.
Yeah.
That was close. Thanks again.
Don't mention it.
You're almost a vegan sandwich, Jill.
What was that? What the hell's going on in this place?
Now, the T-virus certainly has done a number on this mansion. We're going to take the key master. I believe that's for collecting all of the 4 house keys. I'm going to give this room a quick once over because I don't remember anything being in it, but hey, it's always best to have a look, see if there's anything that you're missing. You would think there a room that has a giant plant in it, you would find some herbage, but unfortunately, no such luck. It never hurts to have a look, unless you're on a speed run, in which case you've got to know your route. The door refuses to open, so you've got no choice but to go out with Barry and check these chairs out. There's nothing on them. And nothing on these chairs over here. Back out the door, leaving Barry to his own shenanigans. I'm going to just pick up this red herb and make our way to the save room. We're about to have a run-in with Wesker, who's shooting bees.
Wesker.
Jill.
Try not to act too disappointed, Wesker.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice?
I'm sorry, but any guy who wears sunglasses at night indoors
Now that you mention
has got to be the main
keep a close eye.
douche, hasn't he? He's got to be the antagonist.
It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
What a
I
douche.
agree.
There are still
His uniform is really cool. I actually dressed up as him once. I'm not going to include a photo of that.
Okay,
because,
if there's
well,
anything, I'll go back to the
I'm
other
not
mansion.
stupid.
I'm counting
Or
on
maybe I am. I don't know. I always have to do this. I don't know why. It's just a compulsion I have to squish some bugs. So that's why I appear to be acting like a maniac. You can now cut by those because Plant 42 is a goner. And put these red herbs away. Take my handgun ammo back out. And take an ink ribbon, and I believe we're going to do some saving after I collect this blue herb and plonk it back in the trunk for safekeeping for later. Which turns out I actually needed it. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this playthrough, for this part. Join me for part 5. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you in the next one.